So before I start this video, I know most of y'all little punks out there are going to say, oh, why don't you just buy another controller? Or, oh, why don't you just buy another battery? Okay, so let me explain to you what I am doing. This mod that I'm about to do is in case your charger port doesn't charge your battery anymore. That's what's wrong with mine. My charger port does not charge my battery anymore. However, if I have it plugged in, I can play it all day. But what's the sense of having a wireless controller that you have to keep a wire plugged to, right? Alright, so again, this is for if your PS controller isn't charging your battery anymore. Okay? Now, I will say I build drones. So a lot of these things I already have. So I don't know if it'd be cheaper for you to get these products that I'm about to present to you, or if it will be cheaper for you to just actually buy another battery. But if it's not charging, in case you have to buy another controller. In that case, if you have to buy another controller, this is definitely going to be cheaper. Okay. So last time, this is for people's controllers that are not charging their battery. Okay. So first thing you're going to need, of course, is the broken controller. You're going to need you flathead screwdriver. You're going to need you a little Phillips head screwdriver, particularly one of the kinds like you do eyeglass with. You're going to need some little snips for your wire to strip your wire. You're going to need heat shrink. You're going to need a 1S LiPo charger, this exact one. You can get it on eBay. All I have to do is put in 1S LiPo charger. It'll pop up. This is just a simple battery test, so you don't need this. You can keep it if you want. This is just a little mod that I'm going to put on it so I know my battery life. This is the old battery, which I've already cut the end off of. You're going to need to cut that end off of your old battery because the 1S LiPo that I'm going to put in here, that end does not fit into the PS4 controller. So you're going to need the end off of your old battery. That's already cut. This is a piece that you're going to need. This is a JTS wire connector for 1S batteries. It actually plugs into this right here and it converts over so you can charge batteries. And then you're going to need Velcro. Alright. So now let me get the camera set up and we'll get into the business. Alright, so we're back. No need to say my name because if you're on my page you already know who I am. Alright, so here we go. First thing we're going to do is you have 4 screws here. Now there's plenty of videos to show you how to take a PS4 controller apart. In case you don't know how to, or you need more in-depth explanation about how to do it, but this is what you do. There's your 4 little screws. Right there. This last one don't want to come out. I'm trying to keep all this in the camera. Okay. Alright, so now I will tell you I've already started part of it. And you can just disconnect this. You don't need this hooked up at all. This little wire right here is going to be hooked into. So you got this little strip here is going to be hooked into here, but you don't need it hooked up. All right, so as you can see, I already started some of the process, and I'm going to go ahead and pull this out. So this is where your battery goes. That's where your battery goes right there, in this little spot right here. And so this is the LiPo. Like I said, I build drones, so I already had this battery. This is the LiPo battery that I'm using. It's the 1S LiPo, 3.7 volts, 45C, 250 mAh. Now, the original battery in it is a 1000 mAh, but I actually put this is why I already got this done. I put this in last night, and I probably played for at least 4 hours, 3 to 4 hours last night, and it never went dead. So I know for a fact you get at least 3 or 4 hours of playing time out of this battery. Now, I feel like it's going to be more because it wasn't dead at all. So what we're going to do, real quick, hold on. All right. So this is what we're going to do. Since I ran it for a couple of hours last night, I know this really doesn't have anything to do with the video. It does, but it doesn't. But it's one reason why you're going to see why I'm going to do one of these mods. So last night, let's say I ran it for 2 hours. So I'm trying to get everything in the camera. This is my little battery checker. And as you see, it still has 3.81 volts in it. After 2 hours, it charges up to 4.20 volts. It's a 3.7 volt. So I guess to say you probably get, we'll say 3 hours. Let's say we'll get 3 hours out of this 250 mile. Now you can do this with any battery as long as you cut off the end to your old LiPo battery. Okay, and this is the it's either JST or JTS connectors. All right, I'll explain that to you later. So last night I did this in a hurry because I was playing Call of Duty on my phone, and my controller went dead, and it just wouldn't charge. So, me being the nerd that I am, I went ahead and rigged up something so I could play my game. And I really didn't plan on making a video out of it. I really just done it out of instinct. But it worked, and it worked very well. And then I thought, well, I still haven't fixed the charging problem. Now, of course, I could have just, once the battery went dead, unscrewed the controller, plugged it, took the battery out, put it into the little LiPo charger. But that would have been too much. Every 3 hours having to take out your battery and, take your controller apart and all that stuff. So I said, in order to really have this official, I need to make this thing where, I'm trying to adjust my camera. Not a good camera guy, not gonna lie to you. I need to adjust this thing to where I can still charge it. So, not this one. So I'm taking my JST connector, which I've already connected to here. This is the side that connects this battery. And then this is the side off of the original controller in to fit into here. Now, problem is that makes it work. Problem is we still can't charge it without taking the battery out. Now we're going to take our JST flat connector, which connects into here. Okay, and we're going to strip this end off. And now you can go like a step further, and you can solder it, and you can do all that. You really can. And I really should, but I really don't have the time for all that, so I'm just going to show it to you the quick raw way in case you don't have a soldering iron. So that's what I said. I said, hey, I can solder this, but what if the person that needs to do this doesn't have a soldering iron? So for your own note, you know that you can go a step further and you can solder all this and make it look really neat and clean and stuff like that. But you're going to see, even even without the solder, once I get done, you're going to see that it's still going to look nice and pretty. All right. And my camera just keeps losing. It wants to focus on everything but what it's supposed to focus on. All right. And you're just going to twist those wires up. And now this is a video, people. So if I'm moving too fast, guess what? It's a video. That means you can do what? You can rewind it. You can pause it. You can do whatever you need to do with it to see exactly what's going on. So I don't want people freaking messaging me about, oh, you didn't show me how to do this. I'm showing you how to do every single thing. And if I'm going too fast, slow it down. And disclaimer, I'm going to say, do this at your own risk. If you screw your PS controller up, that's your fault, not mine. I'm just showing you what I done to mine. Now, I am a little bit of a nerd, and I understand how things work. If you don't understand how positive and negative works, if you don't understand how batteries work, if you don't understand electrical components, you probably shouldn't be doing this, and you probably should find one of your nerd friends to do it for you. So disclaimer, do this at your own risk. Like I said, I build drones, I build helicopters, I build RC cars. So all this stuff works the same to me. It all works the same to me. So for me, this is very simple, very easy fix. Like I said, I already have all this stuff laying around because I've built like 20,000 drones of every kind. So I have all this stuff already at hand. So for me, this mod is free. Even the controller was free because my nephew actually gave it to me, and that's the reason why he gave it to me, because it wasn't working anymore. Oh shoot. Okay. So I'm talking and I'm going too fast. All right. So let's pull this back apart. All right. Let's rewind. This is what I was actually supposed to do. All right. So I'm going to take this and this, and we're going to put it here, like so. Melinda, can you bring me a lighter, baby? My wife's so sweet. She's the best. I'm telling y'all cats, man, if you got a good woman, you better keep her by. She is the best. So that's the first part. Let's straighten this back out. Tighten this up. And the video's long, so that's what they make the double tap 10 second. You can speed it up. Thank you, my love. All right. So I want you guys to know what's going on. So now we're going to make it pretty. We're gonna cut us some heat shrink. Probably about let's go to about right there. I'm gonna cut that piece, and I'm cutting through the video, so I'm trying not to cut my freaking finger off. And if I do, I'll keep it in the video. All right. So your first piece of heat shrink, you're gonna slide it on, and then you're gonna twist this guy together. And again, like I said, you can solder this, and most days I would just solder. I wanted to make a video for those who may not have a soldering gun or soldering iron. And you're going to slide that piece of heat shrink on like that. And then we're going to take our lighter. And I think most people know how heat shrink works. Just put a little heat to it, shrink her down. Boom. And look, you can't tell I didn't solder that. You can't tell I didn't solder that. Heat shrink is amazing. All right, got my big old caveman fingers, and we're just twisting wires together. All right, and I'm not the best at entertaining people, so just take it for educational purposes. All right, boom. All right, so that's that. That's your connector. This is the whole shebang that's going to make everything work. All right, so to explain this connector to you. All right, focus. This end goes into the PS controller. This is the end that came off of the original. PS4 controller. My focus sucks. Then this end is going to be the end that allows you to recharge the battery. Okay. Then this end is the end that you're actually going to put your 1S LiPo into. Okay. So let me get set up for that, and I'll be right back. All right. Never mind my wife. She's in there laughing at her videos. So next thing you're going to need is a drill with a drill bit, or anything you can make a hole with, bro. Okay, if you don't got a drill at home, you know, I'm not going to tell you what to use, but anything that you can make a hole with. So this piece here can fit through it, because this piece is going to need to, this is actually your charger, so it's going to need to come out of the hole like so. Okay, now if you want to go further and make it pretty, you can make like a little rubber grommet to stick in there, and you know, all that type of stuff, but I don't care. Doesn't bother me. So that's basically what's going to happen with that. Now we're pretty much almost there. So now what we got to do is plug in our battery port. Make sure you got the right one plugged in. So we're going to plug in our battery port here. Boom. So now we got that plugged in. All right. Now what you're going to need is Velcro. All right. So we're going to cut us, for this, we're going to cut a little strip of Velcro. All right. Little strip. We're going to take one side. Now, you don't even got to pull this Velcro apart, really. You just take, and even though you will probably most likely remember what it is, put the Velcro on the back side that is not telling you the information on the battery. Because for whatever reason, you don't take this battery out forever, and you want to remember what exactly the battery was. I mean, you can take a picture of it, but I always put things on the opposite side that I'm going to need it. So now we're going to pull our tape off the other side. And I'm sorry this focus keep like going in and out. I don't know how to get it right. I'm not a camera guy. It's just some information I wanted to share with people. So then we're going to plug this in. And we're going to plug it in because we want to be able to place it correctly. Now there's like a little hook right here. And I like to stick it under that hook. That kind of secures your battery. And then for me, you can pull it just a little bit. Because what you want is you want a little bit of space to be able to, you know, unplug it if you ever need to change the actual battery. So there, boom. Now I will admit this, and there you go. Now your battery. Now as of right now, this controller, it will come on, but you won't be able to tell because I don't have the light lit up. So right now this controller is powered up. Now there you go. So you have your battery in there, and they have different 1S batteries that are actually the size of this plate that you can fit in there. That will probably look a lot nicer, and they're more milliamps. And I'm actually going to get one of those batteries and put in here, But as of right now, this is what I got. I'll make a video about that one too, because it'll be a quick swap over, just putting a flatter battery. And it's actually the size of this battery. You know, this is a 1000 milliamp battery. And I actually have one of these, but that's another video. Okay, so right now, you have your battery in here. Boom, looking all pretty. So now all we gotta do is put the cover back on. Now, this is gonna be the tricky part. I'm gonna tell you, it's going to be a tight fit, okay? She's not gonna just go back on all click and snappy like she originally did. So you're gonna have to actually kind of, you know, you're gonna have to fight a little bit. So you get all your stuff lined up, and you're gonna hear some stuff that you don't really want to hear. Might sound a little scary, but as long as you got everything lined up, you should be okay. Should. Now what I do is I kind of squish it together. Now there isn't a lot of pressure. If you start feeling a lot of resistance, like you got to actually like literally hold it together, then you might want to shift some things around, because I'm not actually like forcefully holding this together. I'm holding it down with a nice little grip, but I'm not like bear clawing it to hold it down. So if it's a lot of pressure, you might want to check and make sure. Oh, camera failure. Told you, bro. There we go. I'm leaving it in the video too. Alright, so there's that screw. And right now, this is the boring part. Like, we're just putting screws back in. Putting the screws in. And now the other two mods, you can do it if you want. You can choose not to do it. These other two are just for my personal preference. Because I feel like it would be easier for me to do this. It probably gonna take a little getting used to, because it's gonna do something to the ergonomics of the back of the controller. But other than that, it's gonna be fine. Man, this is a 4K camera too, bro, and it just don't want to focus right, or either I don't know how to keep it in focus. One of the two. Something's wrong. Alright, so next step. Like right now, this controller will come on. I'm going to show you. Just so you know. So, silly me. I had a little malfunction there when I was trying to show you that the controller would come on. The controller was on, but deep, I forgot to plug the I forgot to plug the light strip back in. So the actual blue light that's supposed to come on, it didn't come on when it hooks to Bluetooth. So we're going to redo this. We're going to plug the light strip in this time. Sorry about my hands being in the way. Actually, I'm not sorry. I'm not professional. I'm just doing this for your entertainment and maybe help you salvage a controller. So now we do have everything on. Okay, so, and like I was saying before, it should fit pretty much no problem. You just want to make sure you get, I always like to put the top piece on right here first, and then you hear it start clicking into place. The click is what you want to hear. That means that you know, things are going in properly. On it. And my nephew just gave me his old one. He's like, oh, it doesn't work anymore, but you can have it. So this is what I'm doing. All right, now, so recap. We have joined our wires together. We have a LiPo in there. This is the charger port. So with this piece right here, you can plug it in, and you can always know what your battery percentage is. All right. So you don't want it to go any lower than like 3.2. This charges up to 4.20. Okay. So that's what this is. you can actually set this alarm. You can set this alarm to start beeping once it gets to your desired once it gets to your desired thing. See, I can change it to where to start beeping. So I'm going to set it for 3.2. So at 3.2, this thing is going to start beeping. All right, so that's one of the mods you can put on. This is for this is a LiPo battery checker. You can go on eBay and look it up, LiPo battery checker. That's all that is, LiPo battery checker, okay? Now, the main mod that we need is this. This is the LiPo 1S LiPo battery charger, okay? There, 1S LiPo battery charger. You can get them on eBay. It's about 11 bucks. So this will run you about 11 bucks. These will run you about 4 or 5. It may say 10 and you'll get like 3 of them. The JTS cores will run you like $1 and something a piece. But if you buy this, it's going to come with some of these cores with it. So 11 bucks. So you can salvage your control for about, let's say 20 bucks. You can salvage your controller. All right, so the next mod, this is going on here. So next, we're going to cut us another strip. Let's kind of measure our Velcro here. Cut us a nice little square. And we're going to pull one side off. Doesn't matter which side goes down, just as long as you put the sticky side down. So we're going to put that on there. All right, we're going to pull our other side off. Going to flip it over. And now, this port, you can put it on any one of these ports. It's got them on the sides, got 3 in the front. It charges 5 batteries. So if you feel better with it sitting like this, which I think I am, so that way the plug could just go in the bottom like a normal one. So what I want to do is I'm going to put it about center, so when I'm playing, it doesn't feel that off, and I'm going to try to get it on the flattest part possible that I can get it on. There. There you go. And so now that's Velcroed on there. So now you have this nice little box, right? There we go. And then you can turn it over. Actually, you don't even notice it. Like your fingers are on each side of it. And then you have your charger port here. Right? So, and this control does work. See? There it is. Just turned blue. See the blue right there? And hold it down for 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it should cut off. There we go. And now it's off. So you see the controller is working. Now this port is no longer relevant. You don't need to do nothing with this port. You can still plug into this and play it hooked to a wire, but you don't need to do that no more. Because this port doesn't charge. Now this is your charging port. So give me 1 second. Let me go get that set up. All right, so I'm back. So now this is the plug that comes with it when you buy it. This is the charging plug that comes with it. So the reason why I put it on the bottom, because for me it feels more natural to plug it in from the bottom than having it plugged in from the top. So you plug that in, and then the good thing about this too is doing it this way is that you can charge your controller from anywhere. So now you can plug this on, put this in, and now if you flip it over, see there's a red dot. Now that red dot is letting you know that that battery is charging. If you had 5 connected in here, there will be 5 red dots. Each dot corresponds with what port it's in. So this is port 1, and that red dot's letting me know that this battery is charging. Okay, so now you're fine. Your battery's charging, you're chilling. If you want to play, you can still have it hooked to the box, and you can let your battery charge, and you can play. On the other hand, you can have it charging. You could, well, I don't know how that would work really. Well, this doesn't charge anymore, so you could maybe plug this into your PS4 control, to your PlayStation, because it doesn't charge anymore. If your port doesn't charge anymore, this probably won't affect it. Do it at your own risk, but you could probably have this battery charging and then have it plugged into your PS4 controller. You don't have to use this. You can plug this into a USB controller. I mean, a USB block. You know, the standard ones for cell phones. Nothing amped up or nothing like that. This is charging on 2.1 amps. That's about as high as you want it to charge on 2.1. It's a 250 milliamps, so you can charge it at 2.5 amps max. I got it on the 2.2 if it freaking focuses. Focus. This is actually on, there we go. This is actually on the 2.1 port. There we go. 2.1 amps, okay? So for people that maybe if you don't know about LiPo batteries when you're charging them, if it's a 500 milliamp, then that means you can charge it at, I think, 0.5 amps or something like that. But basically, you want to, like, the first number is pretty much the amps of what you can charge it at. If it's a 5,000, then you can charge it at 5.0 amps. You get what I'm saying? Something like that. Look it up. But that's it right there. That's it. That's your mod. So you got your charger bay. You got your LiPo battery put in there. My battery's charging right now. Man, I'm sorry it just stayed fuzzy like that. My battery's charging right now. And then there you go. So if you got any questions, man, you can just hit me in the comments, or you can just slow this video down. And there you go. PS4 controller battery saver mod, or PS4 controller charging mod or something. I don't know what I'm going to label it, but that's what it is. All right. Thank you. Peace.